I used to think if I had a physical space, my fashion business would become much easier. I will shoot better content, customers would see the clothes more properly, models would come in, and the business would feel more real. And honestly, the shop did help, but also it taught me something I think every beginner business owner needs to hear. A shop can give you structure, but it cannot replace understanding the customer. Before I got this space, I was really trying to restart the business without using so much money. So I started with what was available, which was consignment. And in theory, consignment made sense because I didn't need to buy any stock up front. But now in practice, it came with problems that I didn't fully understand yet. So if I can talk about consignment a little bit more, depending on the business model, you acquire something from another person. So they already bought it or they have used it. Then I check it against my standards, we price it together, and then we have a split of the amount of money we get. So some problems I encountered was someone wanted money up front and I was doing 90 days. You need to give me 90 days to market, people to interact with it, to see the cloth more than once. So that was one thing. So I could get people with very nice items, but because they want money up front, like immediately, even before you get the items, that became a problem. Another thing, the prices were very high because for consignment, the person giving you the clothes wants a higher return. Most people don't understand the consignment model, so they want more money than they even spent getting the item. So trying to balance that out had my prices being high. I needed to also understand that there's also money the customer is willing to pay. So an absurd amount, I ended up changing my prices after a bit. And also, I just feel like eyes are on me. They're just looking at me. Day 32, so it had a lot of pressure. I, however, have gotten one sale from consignment, actually two sales from the consignment, but the model is not easy. So the people who I already have we have the consignment agreement. I'm still finishing the 90 days, but I stopped that model. So the first lesson is a business model can make sense on paper, but in real life it's something else. Then the shop opportunity came and I was very excited. It genuinely felt like progress because at home everything was mixed together. I was trying to run a business, shoot content, think about school, think about life, be a firstborn daughter. It was just a lot. But here, when I come here, it is work. I also read Atomic Habits and it talked about segmenting your work. So it's like if I was working at home, I needed like a specific room to be specifically for work so that maybe when I move and go maybe to my bedroom, I can sleep. But it was as bad as I am working on my bed, I am working as I'm eating, I am working as I am working, doing everything else. So right now it's very hard for you to find me working at home, although I am rarely at the house. But now when I come here, my mind just like switches. I am here to work, and it's work for my business, not work any other type of work. So positives here that I really like here. If I iron clothes, if I arrange clothes here, they stay like that. So because when I was at home, I had to iron clothes every time because storing them was just putting them in sacks and sacks. I've been able to do shoots here very easily. Models come in, I'm interacting with customers, working customers. I'm able to study the customers. Now I don't have to have people coming to my home because of my business, because that's how things are happening. And I genuinely just like this place. I like it. I am so glad to have the space, but now the cons are still there. So the mistake I saw myself making was because now the business looks more serious. You have a physical space, you have people walking in, there's opening time, there's closing time. It's thinking because you have a physical space, you've finally understood your business, which is mainly your customer. So the space with the pros and the cons can make your business seem clearer or look clearer even before it looks clearer, and it can even create more clarity for you. We unlock one thing, we unlock another thing. At first, I thought the biggest problem was that people needed to see their clothes more better because what I only had was the Instagram storefront. That's the only way they used to interact with the clothes. And that was true. People did need to interact with the clothes better, but people just seeing the clothes isn't enough. At Rosa, can be waist 30, but stretches to waist 34. But what does that actually mean for the customer? What does that actually mean for them in regards to fitting into different bodies? This matters to me because I am very particular with clothes, with clothes I interact with. I check fit, finishing, construction, and even the fabric and more. I've bought clothes before saying I'll fix them later, and I never wear them. So I now know very clearly from first-hand experience that a small fit issue can make an item very useless. In fashion, the product isn't the item, it's how the item behaves on the body. So when I got this space now, this is a journey I'm taking us through. I said, let me bring women of different sizes. At first, the idea was very simple. If a trouser is waist 30 but stretches to 34, I wanted to show how it will look like waist 30 on someone waist 32 on someone on waist 34. But now, the more I sat with it, I was just like asking someone to come all the way. Just for 2 pictures didn't make sense. It was very small. If a woman is already in the fitting room trying on clothes, then there is more to learn. What does she pick first? What does she avoid? Where do the trousers get stuck? What does she say about the price? What does she say about the fabric? What makes her feel confident? The content idea became a research question. That shift became very important because many of us start asking, how do I market this? But the better question is, what am I learning about the person I am serving? If you are starting a business, not just in fashion, these are 3 things I am learning. A shop, a website, a camera can make you feel ready. But readiness, unfortunately, is not the same as traction. Traction is when real people are asking, returning, buying, complaining, or giving you information that you can use. Infrastructure, guys, does not equal traction. With consignment, pricing was not just how much do I make. It was also, can the customer see that this is worth it? Have I shown the fit, styling, condition, and the use? Price needs proof. I still need to sell, but also my content needs to help me learn. If people comment asking about size, asking about waist, ask about maybe office wear, ask about delivery, save a fit video or DM about a piece, that's not just engagement, that's business information. Content can be research. So now I'm trying to make the business simpler, not easy, but simpler. So 1, I need to sell thrift that I have now because this is the business that can bring cash now. Number 2, use thrift as research. Every trouser, blazer, skirt, and customer conversation teaches me what women actually struggle with. Number 3, ask better FitLab questions. Not just does it fit, where does it fit, where does it fail, where can someone make it better, what can make someone actually pay. Number 4, track signals. Not just views and followers, but saves, DMs, buying questions, fit questions, and actual sales. Number 5, delay what does not match capacity. Because building everything at once is not a strategy, sometimes it's just panic. Simple doesn't mean small. I'm telling myself simple means focused. The hard part about starting is that people often see the outside before they see the inside. They see the shop, the clothes, the content, the vision, but behind that, you're still learning the model, the customer, the product, and yourself. And then I'm realizing maybe the goal is not to look like I have everything figured out. The goal is to keep building in a way that gives me more evidence. The goal is not to look certain, the goal is to learn more accurately. So if you're also starting something, maybe the goal is not what do I do so that I look more serious. The question is, what do I still need to do to understand more about the person that I want to serve? For me, that question is fit. What actually makes fit work for women's bodies? Not just on a hanger, not just on a size tag, but in actual real life. If you have ever bought your size and it still didn't fit, comment down below what actually goes wrong for you. Waist, hips, length, fabric, Or something else, I am genuinely collecting these answers because I don't want to build this brand by guessing.